So what have you come here for?
Lord, I have just come here for them, Lord, for a direction that they should take decision on my representations which are lying with them
For
and in
what?
light of for payment.
So this court is going to be an
No,
executive court.
Exactly, Lordship. That is what I will explain.
Prima facie, I find this to be a wholly frivolous writ petition. You can't be asking this High Court to execute an arbitration award.
Lordships, my humble prayer would be that.
Let us come to Article 226 of the Constitution. For what purpose you can come to this court? For getting your representations decided.
No, Lordship. But then, my Lord, the division bench of this honorable.
You go and move an RTI. What happened to your representation? Yes.
Prayer, please, Lord. Lord, it's a case in which the amount payable to the petitioner is a work contractor, Lord, and executed work for road construction department, government of Bihar. The amount that is payable is not at all in dispute. There was arbitration in which award was issued, Lord, in my favor. They contested it further in section 34 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, Lord, before the Honorable High Court. There also they lost. They did not contest it further. They did not file any further litigation against this, Lord. I represented on 2 occasions.
So what have you come here for?
Lord, I have just come here for them, Lord, for a direction that they should take decision on my representations which are lying with them and in light of for payment.
So this court is going to be an executive court?
Exactly, Lordship. That is what I will explain, Lord. The similar issues were there before the Honorable Division Bench of this Honorable Court, and the Honorable Court took cognizance of the Bihar State Litigation Policy 2011, which is adopted by them. In that itself,
I want you to please address on the maintainability of the writ petition.
Lordships, my prayer before this Honorable Court is,
Prima facie, I find this to be a wholly frivolous writ petition. You can't be asking this High Court to execute an arbitration award.
Lordships, my humble prayer will be that I am just relying on a division bench order of this Honorable Court, which, my lords, the division bench.
Does the division bench say that the court can entertain a writ petition with regard to execution of arbitration award?
No.
Then how are you relying upon that when the query before to you is whether this writ petition is maintainable for execution of an arbitration award?
Lordship, I will not pray for a direction for payment of my arbitral award amount. And my only request is, Lord, they may be directed to. My only request is, Lordship, they may be directed to take a decision on my representation. I have to file a litigation. The interest which is being mounted, my Lord, every day. That interest, my Lord, when banks come against us, my Lord, they say it's public money and interest is being charged and we have to pay that. Today, my Lord, I am entitled to interest. They are not at all taking care of that, my Lord. They are not taking care. I will go and file an application for execution of the award, Lord. There is no problem. I have statutory remedy, Lordship. But state litigation policy of theirs only say that no representation.
Money matters. You file a execution. You file interest under the Interest Act. Interest is always payable.
That is true, my Lord.
Then what?
Lordships, the Honorable Chief Justice took a call in this matter only for the reason. It was all in case of contractors payment.
So satisfy me on this aspect and I will entertain your petition.
Lordships, I am confining my prayer to a direction for disposal of my representation.
Satisfy that on that ground that it would like. For deciding your representations.
Yes, Lordship. This may be seen, Lordship.
Let us come to Article 226 of the Constitution. For what purpose you can come to this court? For getting your representations decided.
No, Lordship. But then, my Lord, the division bench of this Honorable.
You go and move an RTI. What happened to your representation? They will give you the result.
Lord, that is
the remedy which I am giving you as a legal advice, which I stopped giving long back.
Lordship, if I am not able to pursue on the basis of this order, Lordship, I will definitely go wherever Lord will deem fit.
See any orders which are passed on, is it a final judgment?
Yes.
What does it say?
It says, Honorable the Chief Justice in the division
in a matter related to arbitration?
Not arbitration, but contractual dues. Contractual dues. And Lordship, I'll just clarify one thing. In this, the Honorable Court took cognizance of their litigation policy, wherein they themselves said, we have to minimize litigations. We don't want litigations. They state themselves have said. And whenever representations come or grievance come, they said that they have to decide it within a reasonable time. They are sitting tight upon my representation, Lordship. I can file an execution, that is no problem.
They can afford to, if suppose they do not have a presently money. Lordship, there can be many circumstances.
Lordship, in
and
that case,
if they take a decision, all right, we will pay them after 4 months. And we will also pay their interest after 4 months. Whereas on today we don't have money. They can take a decision.
They can take a decision.
So I'll be happy. How can we bind them?
I'll be happy with that.
How can we bind them for 4 months or for 10 months?
Not at all, Lordship. Not at all,
And
Lordship.
if you go in execution, you get interest.
Lordship, I am not at
You
all
take
asking.
claim penal interest, you take a claim cost, whatever you have to do.
I am not at all asking them, Lordship, that Lordship may frame time for them to make payment, Lordship. Lordship may just see once what the Honorable Court has directed. The last page 8 may be
This is
seen.
the nature, this order is in the nature of general advice.
Page 8 may be seen, my Lord. And Lordship, there is a
It
categorical
is
direction.
generally, it is a general advisory order.
I will just place it, Lordship. Page 8, para 12, Lordship. What the division bench ordered. In this view of the matter, we are para 12, Lordship. In this view of the matter, we are constrained to dispose of the present writ petition with the following direction. The Chief Secretary, Government of Bihar, shall issue appropriate directions to the heads of all the concerned departments, ensuring expeditious consideration of the claims, counterclaims set up by parties, including that of state, disposal of requests, representations.
But where does it say that the amount should be released?
Lordship, last page, categorical order in the writ petition, page 9. Insofar as, next page, my Lord. Insofar as the instant case is concerned, respondent number 6, namely, Executive Engineer, Department of Minor Water Resources, Irrigation, Sitamarhi, is directed to have the petitioner's case examined and ensure early decision and disbursement of petitioner's legitimate dues payable, if any, under the work order, and also consideration of all claims, positively be done within a period of 2 months from today, failing which cost of rupees 5,000 shall be paid to the petitioner to be
That is a decision has to be taken within 2 months.
Exactly. This is what I want, my Lord. This is what I want. I am confining my prayer to just disposal of my representation. If they will say we will not pay, I'll go for litigation, Lordship, further.
Sorry.
If they say that yes, we will pay after 6 months, I'll be happy with that, my Lord.
Now, I am not going to entertain such kind of petitions in the court. We are not going to open a Pandora's box here. Asking in each and every case, then you will come here saying that you decide this presentation, direct them to make payments. That is not the job of the High Court in jurisdiction.
With my folded hands. I have never prayed.
You may not have prayed in, but your some other counsel will do it. Don't take it on you personally, Mr. Counsel.
No, Lordship.
It is not you alone.
I'm relying on.
It is a general law which we have to lay down.
I'm relying on their state litigation policy, which they
State litigation, you want it to be implemented. You file a petition for implementation of state litigation policy, and it is a policy. It is a guideline.
Yeah.
It cannot be mandatory.
And this is was honorable division.
It is not enforceable. It is what the court says that they should do it. Should. Word is should.
Finally, the
It is
honorable
not
court,
enforceable.
finally, the honorable court issued a direction on
Policies are transfer policies there. Litigation policies are there. They change from time to time. These are all policy decisions which are not enforceable in law.
They are good. That it is for laudable object, we don't want litigations to multiply. Then Honorable the Chief Justice took a view that if you don't want litigations to multiply.
When the Honorable Chief Justice sits in the division bench, hearing PIL matters, hearing such matters which are of general nature, orders can be passed, and we all respectfully agree to that. But while sitting, I am very conscious what capacity I am sitting here. I am hearing cases under Article 226 and 227 of the Constitution. Here, what is the scope of 226 and 227? That is to be consistently maintained, both by that side as well as by this side. So in those circumstances, sorry.
That was also a writ petition of a contractor.
That
Because
is
this
counsel
roster
for the
was
petitioner
earlier
praised
there before Honorable the Division
the
Bench.
writ petition as under. This court would not be an executing court for award for the execution of an arbitration award. If the respondents are not honoring the award,
The Honorable Apex Court's judgment I have.
it is a separate forum where the petitioner can take up the remedy. The award passed by an arbitrator is like a decree of the court, and execution proceedings under Order 21 can be taken up before the concerned competent court.
Section 36.
Yes, yes.
As well as under section
Section 36, Arbitration and Conciliation.
36 also of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. You have two remedies available.
Lordships, they will pay huge interest, which they every day say is public money.
You ask for accountability there. The concerned officer, if you allege,
This department, Millard, is sitting tight upon several of the awards like that. And my lord, when contractor.
We know
will go there,
this is, in fact, I was just going through a judgment passed by the Supreme Court in this
Lordships, this.
public action of the SEC, where
Not that.
they have shown their this moderation in regard to UP state,
My lord.
where several awards are lying, and they've said that you have to lay down a particular criteria, but that is for the Supreme Court or for the division bench sitting in PILs,
My lordship, it's
not for this court.
It was
And
PIL actually, the order which they showed.
but look, the power of PIL is available with the division bench.
Relying on
The
that principle.
scope
my lord.
can be always extended. My order is appealable in LPA.
Why should I? I can see lordship, the roster.
Not you, but the other side can always be aggrieved on.
This roster was actually there
Because
before.
if I exceed my jurisdiction, it is appealable. That is it. While sitting in an appellate forum, even as a judge, I might set aside such an order if passed by a single judge. So that is what is required to be seen. What can be done by the court, what cannot be done by the court. We should know it very specifically.
The honorable.
We should not invite unnecessary kind of
In a similar
litigation in the
situation,
court.
lordship, in a similar situation, the honorable apex court directed payment of arbitral awarded amount because two
32?
parties were fighting.
32 or LP or SLP.
No, it was SLP. It was SLP. No, no. But beloved, there also this issue could have cropped up. But the honorable apex court said that once you are not disputing the award, till date you are chasing that person, you are just making him run from one doors to another, make payment. And the payment was made, lordship. And it was held that once the arbitral award is there,
Take up the matter directly. You might get an order
lordship,
there.
I have the guidelines of division bench
And
here.
we will also be empowered, na?
Lordships are already empowered. This roster was there before Honorable the Chief Justice earlier, and in a
Like the
contractor's
division
case,
bench roster, they have limited it to single judge.
Lord, that is Article 226. Same power was exercised
हो गया?
earlier.
What? कहाँ तक पहुँची? Last line.
Section 26 also of the Arbitration and Conciliation.
Conciliation Act 1996. In view of aforesaid provisions, the present writ petition for the prayers made as above would not lie and is held to be not maintainable. Writ petition just must.
May I just
However, liberty for approaching the aforesaid forums is always available to the petitioner.
Lordship, may I just pray one thing, Lordship, that if I can get a liberty to approach them with a fresh request, then, my Lord, I will definitely go for execution.
Why the word approach itself is not correct. That the High Court will not ask you to approach them.
Lordship, execution.
Why should you? You have an order in your favor. Approach is gives different connotations altogether.
Well, actually, they wanted me to approach. I
That
did
is
not go.
That we can understand.
That is the whole
But
problem.
that is beyond the courts.
Well,
Item number 26.
but, Lordship, may I humbly pray one thing, Lord. This execution is a never-ending process in the civil courts. Though already the apex court directed in Rahul,
Decay, if any execution proceedings are initiated by the petitioner, the
whatever
same
time
shall
Lordship
be-
will direct, I'll
the
find.
same shall be decided positively within a period of 4 months thereto.
Deeply opposed.
Writ petition stands before you.
प्रॉब्लम होगा
क्या problem?
केस ऑलरेडी पेंडिंग 34 में है
आप लेकर ऑब्जेक्शन ले जाइए ना वहाँ
किस
से।
नहीं, no, not in my case.
कोर्ट का ऑर्डर
भाई वो रिजेक्ट कर देंगे, आपकी एग्जीक्यूशन प्रोसीडिंग्स को रिजेक्ट कर देंगे।
नहीं, हमारे केस में 34 पेंडिंग है.
नहीं हमारा भी सर्वे लेवल
नहीं, then why are you arguing, sir?
आप
In
हाई
my
कोर्ट
case,
से सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक लेके जाइए ना अवार्ड को।
in my case, they have lost 34. They have already
They
lost.
might now decide to take it to Supreme Court. What is the?
They may decide. That is why I stated that more than 1 year has elapsed. They have not
But
decided.
we can't leave them remediless. That is also there.
Deeply opposed.